everybody, it's Laura, and today we are going to do a TKO video comparing two products, so if you are interested, then stay tuned. Alright everybody, so here lately everybody has been about the putty primers, and there are quite a few out there, but there are two main drugstore ones that I want to compare and kind of give you my thoughts on each and tell you which one I prefer of the two. So our two contenders today are going to be the Elf Poreless Putty Primer and the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. Let's start out with pricing. For the Elf Primer, this is going to retail for $8 either at Walmart or Ulta. The Hard Candy is going to retail for $7.94 at Walmart. Now the Elf does come in two different formulas from this. There is a matte version and a luminous version. In this one we are comparing it to the poreless version of this. So let's go ahead and get each one of these open. Now, as you can see, they are in these little tubs here, these little almost like petri dishes kind of. They do each have this kind of salmon-y light tone to them. They're kind of whipped. You're gonna have to get in there with your fingers. That's one thing, you cannot use a brush with these. I tried using a brush with this one, and if you can see, there are little hairs from that brush where it kind of shed in there very quickly. This is actually pretty calmed down from what it was when I first tried that, so I don't recommend trying to apply this with a brush. If you want to take it with your fingers, put it on your face, and then smooth it out with a brush, you might be able to do that, but I do not recommend dipping your brush in these at all. Alright, now both of these primers are going to be marketed toward filling pores and smoothing the skin. Again, for the Elf, we're using the poreless one. And for me, I can always tell on my nose and this inner part of my cheeks, if I don't have a primer, the pores here in this little triangle area are going to stand out and be very visible. I will say with each of these, they do take care of that problem. I don't notice that my pores are showing through in any extra way with either one. So both of them do take care of that problem if that is all you're looking for. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't really think you should try applying this with a brush. It is going to be a finger application, which kind of seems like it does take a little bit longer than other primers. The other ones you can kind of put them where you want and smooth them out. This one you're continuously having to dip, apply, and smooth on your face. Now, of the two, I will say that I find in my experience the Hard Candy does apply a little easier. It does seem to be a little bit creamier than the Elf, where this one, as you can see, it's been used a little bit more, but it also moves more. This one you kind of really have to go at it a little bit just to get some out of that jar. Now, one thing that really sold me on the Hard Candy one is that when I was applying it, I noticed it gave a nice subtle glow to the skin. I am someone who has pretty dry skin, so to notice a glow at any time, it kind of takes me back a little bit, and I'm like, what was this? I noticed it as soon as I applied it, and I still noticed it after I had applied my foundation. I do not get that kind of finish from the Elf, but if you are more oily skin, that might be something that helps you choose between the two, because I did have my sister try these out. She is more oily skinned. She did not care for the Hard Candy, but being that I have dry skin, I did like the glow, and that's just not something you're going to get from this Elf one, which is not marketed that way. It's saying poreless, but just if you want poreless and a little bit of a glow, then the Hard Candy one comes through in that aspect. So which one of these two is going to win out today? For me personally, it is going to be based on application and that glow factor. So for me, the Hard Candy is going to get the TKO knockout today. This is the one I'm really liking. This is the one I would repurchase. But again, if you don't want that glow, or if you are oily skinned, then you might prefer the Elf. So guys, let me know if you've tried either of these putty primers. Are you going to try either of these? Let me know what you think either here in the comments below or over on social media. I'll have all of that on the screen for you. And I will see you next time. Bye.